It's time to check in with your local experts. And for those who have lost a loved one, the holidays can really be a difficult time.
Yeah, but there are a lot of resources out there to help, like from our local experts, Hansen Family Funeral Services. We've got Cheryl and John back with us. Good morning.
Good morning to you as well, too.
All right, well, let's talk a little bit about how difficult it is to go through a holiday. I mean, because even if something happened in January and you lost a loved one in January, there's that year of firsts, right, that happen when you lose a loved one.
And what's challenging, I think, sometimes is that when people kind of go through a loss, whether it's near the holidays or not, is that, as you just mentioned, is that you had that first of everything, that, the first month, the first Saturday, and it's just really hard. And so what we try to do is just provide materials and support resources for families to kind of help them through that, because sometimes that 11 months happens and it's just so hard for them to kind of get through it. And sometimes when death occurs near a holiday, it's like they just don't want to have to partake in that holiday, and so it's really tough. And so by having us with some of the things that we are able to offer to families, not only some of the things that we see on the table here, but other resources as well too, it just kind of helps warm their hearts a little bit to kind of get them through the days and the weeks as they start to pass.
One of the things that piqued my interest was the online grief support, the counselor and the videos. Talk about how people can use those.
Yeah.
Sure. If you access our website, you'll see we pay for a service for all of our families or families that don't necessarily use our services. But anybody can access our website and get 365 days of grief support. It's little emails that come in and just give you a little bit of inspiration and pick me up, and some real counseling advice that's from professionals. There's also videos on certain topics like the loss of a child, the loss of a husband. Everybody's going through something different. This is an expert who has all the knowledge and resources that might help you. She's also experienced death and dying in her own personal life, and so she's reaching out and helping others as well.
Let's talk about some of the things you've brought with you today, because I think it's like I have a hard time knowing what kind of inspirational thing to give someone who's lost someone.
Right. During the holidays is that we have a candle that we keep in the funeral home from the start of Advent. And so we keep that out just as a burning reminder of just the loved ones that have been lost, not only in this past year, but also, through the years that have transpired. And so there's some little different ornaments that we provide that families can purchase, and there's many different selections outside of here, but it's just a way for them to stay connected. And sometimes when they put it on the tree, it kind of gives them that it's hurtful, but yet it kind of gives them a special reminder that they're not gone. They're always going to be in your heart and always on your mind. That's something that death can never separate. But we have many different resources as well, too, just from getting ideas and coping with the holidays. Not only, and Thanksgiving is next week, and so that's even a huge holiday too, because most families gather, and it just seems odd when there's maybe an empty place setting there. And so just by some of this, and Christmas unfortunately is going to be right around the corner beyond that, and so we try to have some of this stuff available to families now so that they can kind of mentally prepare themselves as they get closer.
Yeah. You also offer some life groups that are in person for people who find support with folks in the community.
Yes, actually we are launching our Hansen Life Ministries, which is something that's been speaking to me to just really reach out to families, because our lives are so important. And yes, we deal with death and dying, but we also deal with just really helping families walk through and learning how to live really a new type of life without that person. You're really starting over, and how do you do that? It is a faith-based ministry, and we're excited. We're going to be starting some life groups that will weekly walk people through different ways to live life. So when they see us, they're not going to think of death and dying, but what's my new path? How do I work through some of the things that I go through? And it's not just for people that are in loss. It would be for anybody going through divorce, dealing with finances. There's going to be all different types of Hansen Life Ministry topics.
Okay. I also want to give a plug to if people come down to get a memorial gift for their loved one. You have some free calendars for everybody.
Yes. Well, what's tough is that sometimes people use their phones, but sometimes writing things down kind of just help us remember a little bit, just because it's more mind awareness when you pass it, in the hallway or the kitchen. So yes, please stop in and get your calendar. So it's a nice way to kick off 2019, which is here in less than a month and a half.
I use a written calendar every day, so don't knock it.
Well, whether you're looking to start the planning process or looking for one of these wonderful gift ideas, you can do that at 1644 Lime Kiln Road in Green Bay.
Or they will come to you if you're planning in your nursing facility or hospital or your own home. You can call Hansen at 920-593-2620. Find them online, hansenfuneralservice.com, or on Facebook. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.